You know, ladies and gentlemen, I often get asked, what's it like in England at the moment? How are things going? And I refuse to answer the question because I really don't want to think about it, but I'll tell you now, not the best. The economy, well, could be better. Woke culture, oh boy, is that one thriving, and our government has never been so unpopular, and now things have gone from bad to worse. Because to add insult to injury for everybody living here, we have everybody's favorite Hollywood celebrity, Ellen DeGeneres, who decided that America was no longer the place for her because someone she didn't like got re-elected, so she packed her things and moved to England. You know your country's fallen off when Ellen DeGeneres decides to move there. You see, over these last few years when Trump has been running in the US election, and you guys in America will know this better than anybody, you get these woke celebrities who come out and say, oh, if Trump wins, I'm going to leave the country, I can't stay here any longer, I can't live in a mean and hateful place. You know, when you sit here and think about it, these people who are coming out and saying this are some of the most privileged people. These people, they can afford anything, they can buy anything, they can do anything, yet somehow, some way, one man seems to trigger them more than most. And I'm really starting to wonder why. And it's not only me you'll hear question it, a lot of people are doing the same thing as well. I'm sure you guys are questioning, why do these celebrities hate Trump so much? I mean, on Sky News Australia, they even held a segment where they speculated that celebrities like Ellen DeGeneres are now scared, fearful that Trump is president once again, because they had a, well, let's say, close relationship with P. Diddy, and Trump might expose them.
The best one for me is Ellen DeGeneres, who is, by the way, a very nasty person. I've had dealings with her in Australia.
Oh, bit of
could I tell you some stories about that cow? But anyway, good riddance to her. But you know, she was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Well, this is why I say release the Diddy files.
Yeah,
release
so
the Diddy
you know,
files. Come on, Donald Trump, we want to know whose name.
So maybe she's hightailing out of there before all that is thrown at her as well.
I mean, hey, who knows? I guess time will only tell, right? But whilst me and many others within this country were face-palming at the news of Ellen DeGeneres moving over here, I think it's fair to say a lot of Americans, they were celebrating, they were overjoyed on social media, and this is because she doesn't have the best reputation. Massive understatement. And this isn't because she is simply unbearable to listen to, it is also because her show got massively exposed for a toxic work environment. You had employees coming out and revealing all sorts of stories, and it's interesting because whilst all of that stuff was going on in the past, she was going around repeating the "be kind" mantra. Yeah, it's funny how it all works, isn't it? This is what was reported back in 2020. Former employees say Ellen's Be Kind talk show mantra marks a toxic work culture. Who could have seen that one coming? Ellen DeGeneres built her worldwide multi-million-dollar brand on the motto Be Kind, with lavish giveaways and acts of charity. But behind the scenes, current and former employees on her leading daytime show say they face racism, fear, and intimidation. That Be Kind BS only happens when the cameras are on. It's all for show, one former employee told BuzzFeed News. I know they give money to people and help them out, but it's for show. Again, who could have seen that one coming? BuzzFeed News at the time spoke to one current and 10 former employees on the Ellen DeGeneres show, all of whom asked to remain anonymous, fearing retribution from the award-winning NBC daytime talk show and others in the entertainment industry. They said they were fired after taking medical leave or bereavement days to attend family funerals. One employee who claimed she was fed up with comments about her race essentially walked off the job. Others came out and said they were also instructed by their direct managers to not speak to DeGeneres if they saw her around the office because she's so important. Don't you dare go up to her and speak to her. Nah. These people. Most of the former employees blamed executive producers and other senior managers for the day-to-day toxicity, but one former employee said ultimately it's Ellen's name on the show and she really needs to take more responsibility for the workplace environment. If she wants to have her own show and have her name on the show title, she needs to be more involved to see what's going on, one former employee said. I think the executive producers surround her and tell her things are going great, everybody's happy, and she just believes that, but it's her responsibility to go beyond that. Yeah, so behind the scenes on her show that I'm sure everybody enjoyed watching on a day-to-day basis, all of this was going on, and ever since this really came out, it has been downhill for Ellen DeGeneres. Her Hollywood career really wasn't the same. I mean, she even came out and said that she was apparently kicked out of Hollywood because of her reputation. I mean, for somebody to go around and repeat the Be Kind mantra, it doesn't surprise me that they're like this in real life, and this is the case with a lot of celebrities. They aren't who they say they are. But fast forward to 2024, where her career isn't in the greatest of places, and because Trump got re-elected, she has decided to move to my country, even though she stayed under a Biden administration where things got really bad. I mean, she even stayed in the country, the more I think about it, under Donald Trump's first term, but it's now she wants to move. Yeah, very interesting. But things aren't going down too well for Ellen over in this country. Oh no, because as you can see, the New York Post have reported Ellen DeGeneres' UK mansion floods just weeks after she fled the US due to Donald Trump's presidential win. Yeah, I mean, somebody should have told her to not worry about Trump and worry about the weather over here. If you're going to move to England, expect terrible weather. Terrible weather. Their dreams are drenched. Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi's English farmhouse has flooded following torrential rain, a bombshell new report claims. The couple recently purchased a multi-million-pound property in the Cotswold about 2 hours outside of London and are allegedly attempting to settle there permanently following Donald Trump's election win. How soft are you? But the 43-acre grounds are now underwater after the River Thames broke its banks in the wake of Storm Bert earlier this week, the Daily Mail reports. I mean, terrible weather, annoying people, misery loves company. Numerous roads in the Cotswold have been left impassable after being saturated in 5 feet of water. Many locals are trapped in their homes, with one resident who lives near the couple telling the outlet, "The floodwaters are rising by the hour. This is the worst I've seen in years." The flooding comes after DeGeneres and de Rossi reportedly relocated to England in the wake of Trump's presidential election victory over Vice President Kamala Harris. Sources previously told the Wrap that DeGeneres and de Rossi packed up and moved to the UK and are gearing up to put their Montecito, California mansion on the market to start afresh abroad. Starting off really well. The duo, who wed in 2008, will likely never return to the US on a permanent basis, one source claimed. What? Separate insiders told TMZ that the duo decided to get the hell out of the country immediately following the president-elect's victory, which left them feeling very disillusioned. Well, what's going to be interesting is if they stay here for the foreseeable future and our next election comes around and they don't like the people who get in, are they going to move again? During election season, DeGeneres was vocal about her support for Harris and reportedly donated $3,300 to her campaign. DeGeneres and de Rossi had reportedly been settling into their new abode before the floods, recently pictured having a night out at a local pub in Burford, UK earlier this month. In a video shared to the former dog's Instagram page, a band plays as the camera pans to a table with the former talk show host rocking brunette hair while her wife sits beside her. Cotswold is a picturesque and wealthy part of England, with many British celebs boasting country houses there. Among DeGeneres and de Rossi new neighbours are David and Victoria Beckham, Kate Moss and Elizabeth Hurley. Man, these celebrities. Yeah, I think all these celebrities should just stick together. Just have your own place together and keep away from everybody else, because you annoy a lot of people. I'll tell you that for a fact. I'll tell you that for a fact. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. Ellen DeGeneres and her partner apparently couldn't handle Donald Trump being elected again, even though he was elected before, and they decided to move away to my great country. And I am greatly enthusiastic about that. We now have Ellen DeGeneres in our presence. Tells you what you need to know. But leave your thoughts down below, ladies and gentlemen, about this news. What are your thoughts on Ellen DeGeneres? Do you like her? I'd like to know. But until next time, it has been your host, JD. Have a great day. Stay safe, and I'm out. Peace. Thank you, America, by the way. I forgot to say that. Thank you so much for this. Your win is our loss.